Welcome back to another 30-minute runner-specific Pilates workout. We're going to start this one sat down on our bums. If this feels super uncomfortable, you can just get a block just to pop under the back of your bum just to give you a bit of a shelf to lift up out of those hips. But you don't need anything but yourself and your mat, obviously the prop if you need it. And if you've got any injuries or anything that doesn't feel right, please sit out, adapt, and do as necessary. And like I always say, please feel free to include a longer warm up with some stretches and cool down if you need a bit more, but it's just fitting this into our 30-minute window. So we are going to jump straight in. Starting off sitting down, lifting up out those hips really nice and tall. We're just going to start with a big inhale through the nose and then exhale through the mouth. So really think about expanding that rib cage and engaging the lower abdominals. So we inhale and then exhale through the mouth. Good, one more here. And exhale. I want you to take the hands and lace the fingers, and we're just going to push the arms away and round that spine. So we're really going to reach forward, round the spine, push away from the arms. And then exhale, back and again. Really round the spine, lengthen. Good, one more here. Bringing it up above the head and just take a slight back bend, not too far, I'm sure you won't be able to get too far. Thoracic spine and back towards the centre. We're just going to lean over to that right side, take a big stretch, keeping the arm in the ear. And then inhale back through the centre and exhale over to the other side. And back up through the centre. Exhale. And then back up. Last one to this side. And then back through the centre, pop the hands down. Just take that left hand over the right knee, twisting round, looking over that right shoulder, exhale on the rotation, and then inhale back through the centre, over to the other side, looking over that shoulder, exhale. Last on each side, really rotating through the spine, keeping the core nice and engaged, and then back through, final one here. Exhale on the twist, and then inhale back through the centre, and coming round onto our bum. Feet flat on the floor, knees are up to the ceiling, and we're just hugging the backs of our thighs. We're going to take our C curve here, so we're scooping the stomach muscles to the spine, rounding, don't know what I'm saying now, squeezing our core, exhale to come back up. Good work. Really round through that spine, keeping those feet flat on the floor and the knees parallel, and sitting up really nice and tall. Good. Making sure we're remembering to breathe. See if you can challenge yourself, get a little bit further, as long as we maintain that control. And then sitting up nice and tall. We're just going to take one hand over to that left side, sitting up out those hips and back to the centre. Exhale over to the other side, really rotate round, and then back into our C curve. Squeeze and up. Take the arm out without the C curve here. Good, so we've really got to lift up out those hips. That can feel quite tense on our hip flexors. Good strengthening. And breathe. Squeeze the stomach muscles to the spine. Good, we've got one more here. Looking over that left side. And back in. Exhale. Back to the centre. Round that spine. And then squeeze back up, extend the legs, lifting up out of those hips. We're rolling down the spine, one vertebrae at a time, really nice and slowly Nice and controlled. One vertebra at a time, and the head is the last thing to come to the mat. Squeezing our stomach muscles to the spine. We're going to roll up and we're going to bring one leg up as we come up. So if that feels too challenging, please just go with your normal roll up, but otherwise we are lifting the right leg to begin with. So we exhale, peel the head, neck and shoulders, and as we start to lift the middle spine, we're just lifting that right leg, hug behind the back of the knee, and then slowly rolling back down, one vertebra at a time. Head is the last thing to touch the mat. Head is the first thing to come back up. We peel up, we exhale, we lift that left leg, hugging the back of the knee, nice straight back, and then slowly rolling back down. Good, and we repeat. We are alternating legs, really squeeze and exhale as we come up, lengthen the body and the leg away, and really control that movement all the way down, nice and slowly. Squeezing the stomach muscles to the spine, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Good, leg nice and long, and gently roll back down. We've got two more each side here, so we're really warming up the abdominals to begin. Lengthen. This is our teaser practice. Rolling back down, really make sure each vertebrae hits the mat one at a time. Exhale to come up. Good, stay nice and strong. We've got one more each leg here. Exhale to come up. Control. And we are going for our last one. Exhale. Peeling up the spine, one vertebra at a time. And then slowly rolling back down, one vertebra at a time. Head touches the mat, and then bring both knees in towards the chest and just rock from side to side. Nice and controlled. Massage the lower spine, and just take a big inhale and exhale there. We're going to take one leg down to the mat, and the other leg is coming up into that tabletop position. We're going to bring the hands behind the head, and we're going to lift the head, neck and shoulders and that leg. Now we're going to think about our coordination here. When that right toe taps the mat, the left leg is going to come up. So it comes up and down. Good. Keep the elbows right out to the sides and back up, lengthening that leg. Nice and controlled. Good. Keep breathing. Good, we've got two more here. And last one. And then straight into our single leg extensions with the bent leg, lengthening that leg away from the body. Exhale as we lengthen. Inhale to come back in. Good, we've got three more here. And last one. Hug the knees to the chest and just rock from side to side. Massage the lower spine before we go over with the other leg. So we extend the right leg, and that left leg is going up into that tabletop position. Bring the hands around the head, lifting that leg, and then we drive the left toe tap and extend. Good, elbows right out to the side. Keep breathing. Good. Stay with me, I know the abs are burning. Lengthen that leg away. Good. We've got three more here. Last two. Last one. You know what's coming. We're going to switch. Lengthen the leg. Nice and controlled. Keep squeezing those abdominals. Squeezing the back into the mat. Last two. And then hug those knees to the chest and just rock from side to side. Massage the lower spine. Taking the knees over to one side. Looking over that right shoulder. Take a big inhale and exhale. And then control back through the center and over to the other side. Really twist through the spine. Stretch out the abdominals and the spine. And then gently back through the center. Pop the feet down to the mat and the knees are going up towards the ceiling. Hands are going up by the head near the ears. We're going to go into our glute bridge, and as we peel up the spine, the arms are coming over our head and back down to the mat. So make sure those heels are fairly near the bum to get into those hamstrings. We're going to squeeze the ribcage into the body. We're going to imprint the mat, slowly rolling up. One vertebra at a time. The weight is in the shoulders, hands have come back down beside us, and then we roll back down the spine, one vertebrae at a time to come down. Good. And back up. Exhale as we peel up, nice and controlled, and inhale as we roll back down, one vertebrae at a time. Keeping those knees parallel, keep squeezing the stomach muscles. And slowly back down. Good. We've got 3 more here. Really take your time with these. Feel each vertebrae. Peel up the mat one at a time. And back down the other way. Last 2. Good. And we're going for our last one. You guessed it, we're going to hold and pulse. Squeeze. We've got another 5 here. 3, 2, 1. We're going to peel back down and take the hands back above the head. Good. And just take a big inhale and exhale. We're going to peel back up. Tilt the pelvis under, rolling up, one vertebrae at a time, hips are nice and high. We're going to take the right leg off into that tabletop position and place it back down. And the left side, exhale and control back down, one more each side. Keeping those hips nice and high. And control back down. Now you've got the option to stay with these leg lifts, or we can take it slightly further. We're going to take that leg up into the tabletop, keeping the height of the hip. We're going to extend the leg and drive it back in. Good. Really squeeze that core. Good. Just one more this leg. And place the foot back down. Slowly roll back down, taking the arms back above the head. We take it back up. Peeling up the spine. One vertebra at a time, bringing those arms back down. Lifting that left leg. And then extend the leg away. Squeezing the core. We've got 3 more here. Good. Last 2. And last one. Gently place the foot back down, keeping the height of the hips, and then rolling back down the spine, keeping the hands by the side, and then just take hold of the knees and just hug them to the chest, rocking from side to side. Gently massaging the spine. And then take those legs into that tabletop position. We're lifting the head, neck and shoulders off, and we are pulsing, breathing in through the nose, keeping the knees at a 90-degree angle, and exhale through the mouth. Good. Inhale, and exhale, and again. We've got another 20 seconds here. As always, you've got the option to lengthen the legs to make it that bit more challenging. Last 15 seconds. Keep breathing in through the nose for 5, and then exhale through the mouth. We've got 5 more seconds here. Last 3, 2, 1, and relax. Hug those knees to the chest and just rock from side to side. Popping the feet back down and the knees are up towards the ceiling. Bring those hands back behind the head. Elbows right out to the side. We're just sitting up. Exhale. And then inhale to come down. Good. Really squeezing the spine into the mat. Exhale to lift. Inhale to return. Good. And down. Lifting right up towards the ceiling. Keep that neck nice and long. Squeezing that spine into the mat. We're going to lift up, reach that right arm over that left knee, still keeping this left elbow up to the side. And inhale, back down. Exhale, come up, reach. And inhale, back down. And the other side. And back. Keeping the knees parallel. We've got one more each side here. Really reach towards that knee, or just past it. Last one. And then control back down. Taking the knees back up into tabletop, lifting the head, neck and shoulders, and then we're extending one leg then the other, keeping it bent. We've really got the abdominals fired up to start this workout. And then add the rotation, driving the elbow towards the knee. Breathe. Last one each side. And relax. Hug those knees to the chest or lengthen the arms and legs away to really stretch out the abdominals. Bringing the hands back down. We're going to roll onto our tummy. We're going to take our hands by our chest, just take a nice little back bend here, and then send the bum back to the heels and the hips nice and wide. And just pop the forehead down onto the mat. Take a big inhale and exhale. Sinking down into the mat. And then we're going to come back up onto all fours. So we've got our knees directly underneath our shoulders, and we've got our hands directly underneath our shoulders even, and we've got our knees directly underneath our hips. And we're going to take that right leg back. For now, it's just going to lift and control it down, really driving this hip bone down towards the mat so the hips are level. Squeezing the glutes. Good. Core really nice and tight. Last 3 here. 2. We're going to hold this leg up, and then I want you to take the left arm up by the head. So you can either hold it here, or if you feel a bit stronger, we can drive that right elbow, left elbow down to the right, keeping the leg where it is and back down. So we're really testing the core stability and getting into those obliques. Good. 3 more here. Last 2. And last one. Controlling it back in, popping that hand down, and then just with our leg pulses, still keeping this hip bone facing the mat, keep squeezing. Last 3, 2, 1, and return that leg back in. We're going to sweep that right leg through and pop into our pigeon pose here, just to stretch out that glute on this side. Either hold it here or come down onto the forearms. And just take a nice deep breath here, stretching out through the hips and the glutes. And then coming back up onto our hands, pressing that leg back, and we're back onto all fours. We're going to extend the left leg out behind us, and we're going back into our leg lifts. Again, make sure we've got a nice flat back, and we're driving that hip bone down towards the mat. Exhale as we lengthen. Good. Keep stretching that leg away from the body. We've got 3 more here before we hold. Last 2. Last one, we're going to hold it up. Take that right arm behind the ear and squeezing the abdominals, rotate around towards that elbow. Trying to keep that back leg still. We've got 4 more. Last 2. And back up. Pop that hand back down and we pulse. Keep breathing. Last 3, 2, 1, and relax. Bringing that knee forward. Might need to just adjust yourself to get yourself into that position and just sit into that pigeon pose. Same as before, if you want to come down onto those forearms, just feel a bit of a deeper stretch. Try to drive this hip bone down towards the mat. Take a big inhale and exhale. Stretch out through the glute. And then coming back up onto our hands and knees, taking that position back. So we've got our knees underneath our hips and our hands underneath our shoulders. Nice flat back. We're going to get into our Supermans. So we're extending opposite arms and legs. I want you to just go for 5 pulses here. And then drive the knee towards the elbow. Really hug and extend and control that back down. Nice flat back. Try not to adjust the hips too much. Lengthen. We're going for 5 pulses, keeping that back flat. And then drive the knee to the elbow and extend and control back in and repeat. Exhale as we lengthen, pulse. Drive the knee to the elbow and extend and control. Last one. Last pulse. Drive the knee and lengthen and control back in. Good work. We're going to take that left leg behind and tuck that toe under. Again, just drawing that hip bone down towards the mat. We're going to push the floor away, round the spine and hug this knee, driving it up towards the chest or the nose, whatever helps you visualize it. But so the weight's going through that supporting toe and the hands, and we press and come back down to a nice flat back. Good. 2 more here. Really feel that strength through the shoulders. And return the other knee back in, switching over sides. Tuck the toes under, nice flat back. We are drawing and placing back down. Good. Drive it up, push the floor away. 2 more here. Remember your breath. Last one. And pop the knee back down. Return the other knee in. I want you to round the spine, arch the back, and then bring that chest up. Exhale, and again. Pushing the floor away. And then come back to a nice neutral flat spine. We're going to step it back 1 leg at a time into our full plank. And here just go into our rocks, forwards and backwards. Keep that bum in line with the spine. Weight is through the shoulders. Keeping the core nice and tight. Good. Last 3, 2, 1. And drop the knees back down. Take them as wide as the mat, and then send the bum back to the heels. Walk those hands forward. Take an inhale and an exhale there. Melt into the mat. And then walk those hands back in. We're going to take that right knee up, tuck that tailbone under, and we're just going to press forward into that stretch, down our hip flexors, squeeze this supporting glute to really engage that muscle more and feel the stretch a bit deeper down the hip flexor. Taking the hands to the inside of that right foot, press back into that nice deep lunge position, and then you've got the option to rotate round. Exhale, drive the elbow to the foot. And again, last one here. Pop that hand back down and step back into that downward dog position. And just take a few foot pedals here, lengthening through the spine. And then drop the knees back to the mat. Taking that left side back up. Again, just tucking that tailbone under. Really squeeze this glute here, and you can just press forward into it slightly if you want a bit more of a stretch. Take a big inhale and exhale here. And then bring those hands down to the inside of that foot and step back into that lunge. Rotating round, really exhale on the twist. Bring the elbow towards the foot. Good. We've got one more here. And then pop that hand back down, step the foot back. You might just need to adjust your positioning slightly. Take a few foot pedals here. And then slowly walk the hands back into the feet, dropping the head and rolling up the spine. 1 vertebrae at a time to bring us to standing. Roll those shoulders back. Give yourself a quick shake and well done. Thank you for joining me for that workout. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on another one soon.